Well, it is calving season. This little baby right here is pretty new, as are most of them right now. Mom is wanting to get him out of here. There's another little baby. So what we do with our cattle, if you've watched any of our videos on food plots, we use our cattle for food plots. That's not the only reason we have our cattle. It's just a side note that is a bonus if you want to grow big deer. But we manage our cattle a lot like our goats. We've just been doing it longer. And consequently, we calve in about the middle of June is when they'll start. And they've just started. So what you're going to see is you're going to see some calves that are like that, and then some calves that are just a little bit bigger that maybe were born a little bit early. You know, they start pouring it to them pretty quick, the cows do. But a lot of people are going to be saying, you know, why are you doing it in June? Years ago, we had a class that we went to, and a fellow by the name of Dick Diven with Agri-Concepts put it on. And his whole goal was, you know, basically profitable ranching, but sustainable profitable ranching. And he talked about ways to utilize what your farm had to grow beef or to raise cattle. And that involved managing your energy. When does your farm, ranch have the best energy? Sync that with the photo period, longest day of the year. Put those things together and you can get an idea of maybe when you should be calving if you're dependent on nature and utilizing the energy that only nature produces. And for us, that means that we should be calving around June 12th or so, somewhere in there. So that's what we do. Now you can adjust when you need to be calving by feeding energy, which is what a lot of people do. And so then you're, instead of utilizing just nature, you're utilizing some nature, and then you're utilizing what you can feed and the energy content of what you can feed. So it has a different effect, and it has a different impact on your management. It doesn't mean anyone is better than the other. This is just how we choose to do it, because we don't want to have a lot of input cost in it. You know, we always are working towards, if something was to happen and the market fell out, or if we can generate calves for, you know, $300-400 a head, and somebody else is taking $800 and they're bringing $800, you know, we feel like it's better to do the other way. For us, as you can see, we're not registered. We're not a registered operation or anything. We're just straight form follows function, as Ian Mitchell Ennis would say. We keep our heifers, and by doing that, we generate animals that have the form, that follow the function that we want, which is cows that'll raise a decent baby without inputs. So that's what we do. There again, it's what works for us. It doesn't have anything to do with this is the right way. It's just what works for us. And I'm just trying to give you some thoughts, some different thoughts maybe on how you can do some stuff. So this is our calving season, like I said. We've just started. I'm just trying to get a little bit of video of the calves, the new calves anyway, just for the fun. One thing you'll notice is that if you watch if you happen to see the food plot video, how tight the stock density we had, we'd have 317, I think is what we were doing, cows on a half acre. Well, obviously you don't want to do that. These are some of the red heifers. We're hoping that they got bred, but they might not have. If they didn't, guess what happens to them? Anyway, obviously you don't want to have your animals that high of stock density right now when you have brand new babies, because those mamas will bed those babies down. If you have a hoof on every square foot of a pasture, you know your babies are going to get stepped on. Oh, there's old Bob. So you don't do that. By moving our cattle like we do, it really helps with having to supplement. We just don't have to. That's also how we get away with not worming our cows, because we break the life cycle of the worms, of the flies that cause the worms. What you'll see is as they come through a gate like this, sometimes you'll have an old cow that maybe, like that old cow right there, she's hollering for her baby. It may be in front of her. It may be back in the pasture. But so what you have to do is you've got to be cognizant of that. And what we do is we leave a gate open and give them a chance to go back. Now, you'll have some that they may not go back. Well, they'll show up with a real fat body condition in the fall because they hadn't been raising a baby because they left it. And the baby potentially died, and or it survived, and they just weren't the ones that took care of it. So they'll go to town. See, here comes a baby back there at the back. Its mama has left him, and he's going to try to come up here. She may be hollering at him. She may be up here somewhere. So we've moved I say all of them. We've moved the bulk of the cattle. They've come on through. This cow is staying back. She's probably got a baby right in there. We're going to ease over there and take a look, see if she does. But we'll give her a chance. We'll probably try to get the baby up and see if she won't go ahead and take him. Something we learned from Bud, when you're going at a cow, don't drive straight at them. You can see I'm angling away. Yep, there it is. She's standing right there over it. What a good mama. See, I'm just going to drive right at her. I'm going to turn just a little bit here. And I'm not going to go at her. Okay. We'd like to go ahead and get it up. Well, she'll take it. He's old enough. I mean, we say he's old enough. He's pretty new, but they can usually make the trip as long as she's willing to let me get him up without attacking me. Come on, baby. There we go. See, he's pretty new. Come on. Hip, hip. Just ease him out. She's going to be a good mama and take him. She knows where to go. So see, sometimes you can just give them a little bit of a push like that. But you got to be real careful. And if it's a new mama, oftentimes you may not want to do that. You want to just leave them alone because they may run off and leave them. He's brand new. Always got to watch an old cow like this. I see you, sweetheart. Come on. Come on, girl. Sometimes you can come up here and just give them a little nudge. And then back off and the cow may come and get her. See? She's got a bad bag, that old cow does, so we'll have to keep an eye on her. Make sure that calf is able to nurse. And if the calf is not, that cow is gone. Now see, that other one's trying to leave. She's calling her baby. And there he goes.